probably one of my favorites. I've got two of them.
I don't know why.
I have to admit that this is probably my favorite.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Welcome, everyone. I'm your host, Tiger Stacker, and I'm joined by my partner in crime, Frostbyte. We have an excellent interview today. Hello.
Hey, yo, what's going on?
So welcome to Stack Collector. As I was telling everybody, we have an awesome guest, which is you, a pillar in the community, leading member of our community. And as you can tell from his videos, his live streams, and right now, he has an abundant amount of energy. He's a father, paramedic, a husband. He's pretty much done a lot. In his early days, he showed us how ingenious he was, how he stacked, including collecting bottles and cans to generate enough money to buy his first few ounces of silver. Subsequently got into silver pouring as well as YouTube creating. He started during the days of COVID. He built his channel to well over 400,000 subscribers. Way to go, buddy. And
appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you too. Wealth of information, a wealth of energy, has been a source of education to our community. In fact, he's the third precious metal teacher I've had when I was learning, 5 years ago. First was Lynette Zhang, then Yankee, then Silver Dragon. So I want to welcome him to the channel. It's been a while since we've done a collaborative effort. If you remember this one, this was the last one we did.
Yeah, that was a good time.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
By the way, did you ever know who Professor Rigdebortis was?
I don't know.
This fella.
All right, what's up?
Frostbyte Coins. He did an exceptional job creating the character of Professor Rigdebortis.
Oh, that's great. Thank you so much for the kind words. And I'm very, very happy to be here. I kind of got caught up, so I know I wasn't here at the very start of the stream, but I'm happy to be here now. And I'm excited. You know, there's a lot going on with silver right now. There's a lot to talk about.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Both of you have these great displays. I should have got out my camera and showed off some silver. I got this massive collection here, and I'm not even showing it off. But yeah, I did not come prepared. It looks like.
That's okay, because do you remember any of these?
Oh yeah, I remember every single one.
I have to admit that this is probably my favorite.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah, Frosty said the same thing. I have another one that was made by Hi-Ho Silver, Bunker Bullion. I'm trying my best to make my own. The ears are very hard to make.
I'll give you a little tip. So wait, is yours a Delft clay cast or is it a graphite mold?
Graphite.
Okay, graphite. Yeah, much better for the ripples with graphite.
Look at those ripples. Oh my gosh, look at those ripples. Ripples for days, yo.
Ripples for days.
My little tip is just pour it too heavy, overflow it a little bit, and then come back with some of like heavy duty tin snips or something and just cut it out and then use a little Dremel and sand it down. That's probably actually, if you look at the one I did for you, it's very possible I had to do that on yours because a lot of times it sort of overflows on the top where the ears are.
Oh yeah.
So if you take a look, you might even be able to see. I think, yeah, maybe I did do it on that one, and then I just hand hammered it to kind of cover it up. Yeah, you can kind of tell.
Yeah, you got the hammered edges. Edges.
I know.
You got the hand hammered edge, of course. I like the hammered edge. I think it's one of the coolest features.
Hammered edges.
So yeah, no, that's my tip though for those kind of hard to reach places. Just over pour it, make it too heavy, and then come back and fix it later.
Okay, I'll try that in the future.
Dragon, real quick on that same topic, this obviously isn't to some of the questions we want to ask you yet. Do you do your own custom pours? Do you have somebody do that, or not your pours, but your molds? Do you do your own? Do you 3D print them? Do you order them? How do you do your molds?
Oh, great question. Starting off, I just bought them all on eBay from other people who had made molds. And then over the years, I started ordering them from this guy off Instagram, Graphite Customs. I forget how much he would charge, whatever, $100-$200 a mold. I honestly don't remember, but I would have him do it. I never got into like the CNC, routing out of the mold and all the graphite dust and all that nasty stuff. So I never actually made my own, but I definitely bought quite a few custom ones over the years.
Let me get to our very first official question.
Okay.
In case you never watched any of our collaborative efforts, Stack Collector started off as a symbiosis between a numismatist collector and a stacker. And then we went to teach the rest of the community the same. But it developed into a whole lot more. It developed into an educational program also geared towards protecting the members of our community against fraud and other forms of abuse. You've had your channel for quite some time. How have you seen this change over time?
Interesting. Yeah. So when you say change over time, are you talking about how, like the stacking side of things, or more the YouTube side of things? What more would you like to hear about?
You started off as Silver Baggins and then as Silver Dragons. At that time, you were new into the community and you did a lot of interactions with everyone else. Now you've developed yourself into a big brand, which is really awesome. And how has that changed for you? What have you seen in the community?
Oh, I see what you're saying. The community side of things. Okay, so when I first started, and I think you both probably know very well, it's really easy to sort of make friends with people in the community and connect on a personal level when you only have, 100 or 1,000 subscribers. It's real tight knit. And honestly, that's like the most fun, right? That for me, that was probably the most enjoyable, when it was, emailing and texting people, and I got into the pouring, and there's a whole pouring community, and that's a whole nother topic. But yeah, it's so much fun connecting with people on a personal level. But as you grow, there's just too many people at some point, right? I mean, I remember when I first started, I would spend like probably 5 hours a day in other channels' comment sections talking to other people, right? I mean, like seeing amount of time where I'm watching other videos and communicating with other people in other channels, their comment section. And then over time, it ended up where I was spending 5 hours in my own comment section interacting with people. And so that was a big shift for me. And then it got to be too many people, too many comments. Now I post a video, you get sometimes 1,000 or several thousand comments, and I literally don't have enough time in the day to read every single one and reply, because you think all the old videos, 1,000+ old videos, are all still getting comments on those as well. So unfortunately, I guess as you grow and get bigger, it definitely changes the dynamic, where you just simply run out of time to interact with everyone. But there, you always have a few friends and select people you talk to. And I know me and Yankee, we're great friends, and we're always going to interact on a personal level. And you and me as well, Tiger, and hopefully Frostbyte Coins too. Now moving forward, it'd be great to hear your story more and all that kind of stuff. But that's kind of the biggest change for me. And I don't think it's necessarily, for the better. I kind of prefer the old days, when you could be more friends with people and everything was a lot more simpler. But that's just kind of, I guess, the way it goes, as things grow. So that's my answer. Hopefully I answered it the way you wanted.
I want you to answer it the way you are.
Yeah, absolutely. Can I ask a follow on to that?
Yeah.
How did you and Yankee connect?
Oh, great question. It's actually kind of funny. I believe the first time and this was like 8 years ago, but we had both commented on a Salivate video. You know how he does his like weekend thing where he replies to everyone, replying to you live. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
So he had done that to both me and Yankee. Yankee, his channel was called Yankee Stacker at the time. He was brand new. And we were both in his live stream, and we were sort of chatting back and forth. And I was like, oh, we're really like-minded. So I guess I met him in a Salivate Metal live stream in the chat. And he made his channel Yankee Stacker, and then he got banned after like 1 or 2 days or something. And he was just going to give up and go, all right, it's not for me. And I encouraged him, try again and just call it Yankee Stacking. Don't be Yankee Stacker. Just change the name and try one more time. And so he did. And I was his very first subscriber. I commented on his first video he ever made. I was the first comment, and we've just been friends ever since. So I kind of actually, I didn't teach him everything he knows. He probably knows a lot of stuff I don't know about YouTube, but I the early days, I was kind of like, sort of pushing him, oh, maybe try this with the thumbnail or try your video this way, and kind of tried to help him along. And he's now grown into an amazing channel, and his videos with Tim and everything. So
he's
yeah. I like Yankee Stacking. He's good people. We're definitely friends outside of YouTube, so that's always good.
Oh, I absolutely know. And I know you guys have been around for a while. I just wanted to ask, Tiger, there is a in private chat for you. It's a question.
Yes.
You and I actually talked about that. I think it's perfect for you to ask.
SD, how did you hook up with Harry?
Oh yeah, Harry's Coin Shop. That's actually a funny story too. So International Stacker and I were friends, and we'd done a few video collabs in the past, and he was coming into town for one reason or another. And he hit me up. He's like, hey, do you want to go film a video when I'm in town? We can do a little collaboration. And I was like, oh yeah, 100%. So I was trying to figure out what could we do. And I was like, it'd be fun if we went to some coin shops, right? And so I looked up a few coin shops that I had been to and some that I had never been to before. And one of them just happened to be Harry's coin shop.
All right, guys, we're at Harry's coin shop. And I said we're because I'm here with
Silver Dragons.
Yes, and we're about to go in there and get some gold and silver. What do you think we're going to find in there?
Probably gold and silver.
Let's do it.
And so as we're walking up, I looked at International Stacker and I said, hey, man, you're so good at talking to these coin shop owners. You've done so many more of these types of videos than I have. Can you kind of like show me how you broach the subject? How do you go about, asking if you can film? So we walk in and he starts looking at some coins and he's like, hey, I got a YouTube channel. Would you guys want to do a quick video or whatever? And they're like, yeah, sure, absolutely. And so he actually filmed a video with Harry before I ever did. And that was the very first one I think that Harry's first video ever on YouTube was on International Stacker's channel.
I actually saw that he rented a really buff car.
Show the viewers. Get in the car, Dragons.
Oh my God.
Show the viewers. What is this? What is this?
Oh yeah, that car was sweet. It was hard to get in and out of though with the butterfly doors.
I wondered about that.
Oh yeah, no, it's all for show. And then actually what happened was I filmed a little bit of stuff with Harry as well. One way or another, we got in contact, perhaps on Instagram through their Beach City Coins or something. I think maybe Adrian messaged me and was like, hey, would you like to come back and do another video? And I was like, oh my goodness, sure. And so I came back, I did one and it got a ton of views and everyone loves Harry. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to keep coming back. And so it just sort of turned into this, symbiotic relationship where I get to, interview them and put their message forward and show off their shop and their coins and everything. And it's great for my channel too, because everyone likes watching it. So we just have never looked back.
It's been awesome watching you move in that direction.
He's very, very kind. He's very good with people too. Like, you'll see someone walk in, maybe an older couple or whatever, and he's the nicest person ever. Can I get you a cup of coffee? And in real life, he's the same.
That he is.
Real quick, Frostbyte, I was going to ask, if I may, if you guys have considered, either of you, doing sort of a similar video style, or if you've already tried it. I'm not sure. In fact, Frostbyte, I'm not sure even what part of the country you're in. I know Tiger pretty well, but is that something you've considered, or have you tried that yet?
The stars are bright, deep in the heart of Texas.
Oh, nice. Great place to be.
Yeah, so I'm north of San Antonio.
Okay. I used to live in San Antonio.
People tell me, quit singing, man. We're supposed to gain subscribers, not lose them.
Yeah, he only does that on my channel.
You said you lived in San Antonio. What part of what area?
Well, I was 7 years old and my dad was going to Baylor, so it must have been somewhere around there. I don't remember the apartment complex. But I do remember going to the Riverwalk downtown and seeing the Alamo and all that stuff. Those are some fond memories. But yeah, I was a little kid, so I don't really remember like the street names or anything.
And to answer your question, I don't think Frosty's done any coin shop videos. I have been trying very hard to get my pawn shop dealer, who's the best coin shop in Charleston. Mm-hmm. He'll tell me, yeah, I'll do a video with you. And then when I get there, it's always the same thing. We're too busy.
Yeah, you got to go before they open, maybe.
I'm going to try that. I'm going to see if she will agree to let me do something before she opens the doors.
Yeah, I think that might be because, with Harry's coin shop, they get insanely busy too, much like Tim's. And, it's just so hectic. And sometimes those videos are fun. I did one where I sort of worked there for the day and there was a lot of people and talking to people and stuff, but it's a whole different vibe. I prefer to, film before they open. So maybe you could ask about that.
You almost become more of a distraction, right?
Exactly. And people come in and then, it's way too hectic. But so Frostbyte, have you tried, or are you wanting to try videos like that?
So yes, I've actually coordinated some discussions with other people, but I've had quite a few people on my channel, just regular interviews, because I'm more numismatic. I look at the history of things. And so I do talk stacking, collecting, investing. So because my concept is, it's really about community, generating a good solid network of people, because there is no way that we can know everything, and you shouldn't even try. What you
Right.
need to do is surround yourself with good quality people who are trustworthy, and then build your network with and through them, because that's where you're going to get good, reliable information, because there's so much bad information out there.
100%.
And so, but I've done a couple. The problem is, as a numismatist, there's only really so many coins you can take at a coin shop. They like the silver, they like the gold, they like the platinum, the palladium. They like talking about those things, but there's not a lot of people who want to just sit down and talk coins. They don't want to push the sell. And so what I've tried to do on my channel is get people like Copper Coin, Chuck Daughtry, big name in the community. People like Jack Young, Jack Riley, anti-counterfeiting experts. People like Harlan J. Burke, Aaron Burke, big names in the community, the Coin Show podcast, Live Coin Q&A, because just like you guys generate a community of, hey, understand how to test, understand what your metals are, know where to buy, here's some decent dealers, here's some good prices. For us, it's the same, but again, totally different group of people, same general prospect.
Yeah. Well,
Wealth
you know,
preservation, right.
There are some coin shops though, like even at Harry's, you know, there's a whole side to it that's numismatics, and I don't show it enough in the videos, but sometimes they'll bring out some like really cool stuff that they bought at a show, or they want to show off some cool coins. And, you know, I've done a few things like that with them, but, you know, I do see what you're saying. Absolutely. It's kind of a different situation, and not all coin shops are even sell numismatics. A lot of them are just kind of bullion nowadays, because, you know, it's kind of has been the easy money, right? If you want to get in business, you learn what's fake and what's real, and that's kind of all you need to know, right? So,
and you can only talk pre-33 for so long.
Yeah. Although there are some cool coins out there. So
True.
Well, there is. And I actually have a question in relation to numismatics.
Sure.
So just to show you that I actually watch your channel, about a year ago, you and Harry talked about the best junk silver to buy.
Okay.
However, you've also talked about this with Yankee. All three of you have a slightly different coin.
Right.
So Yankee is the Rosies because they contain a little bit more silver. It's about the weight.
Right.
But you like a different coin. Why and what is that?
Well, I mean, me and Harry both love the Mercury dimes. I would say if I had to pick one now, that's what it would be. I'm not sure what I said in that
exactly
video.
what I was going. Yeah.
Okay.
Mercury dime.
Mercury.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So there have been a few videos where I mentioned I love the Standing Liberty quarter for the design. It's incredibly cool. That's definitely my favorite quarter.
Especially when it's not slicked off.
Yeah. And the type ones are just phenomenal, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, 1917 type 1, you know, AU details or something, just gorgeous, right? So for quarters I like that. But no, yeah, the Mercury dimes are my favorite. And in fact, I actually do have a video coming out probably on maybe Friday where I go into a little bit of detail about those. But I just like the fact that they're so easy to recognize as silver, and I do like the design actually better than the Roosevelt. I think we should have Lady Liberty on more of our coins. I don't mind having past presidents on the coins. I think it's fine, but you know, the old peace dollars, Morgan, the Mercury, like Lady Liberty is so iconic, right? And so I like the look of them, and I don't mind the fact that there's a little bit less wear, because like Harry has said, and I agree with him, you know, when it comes to barter, a unit is a unit, right? It's a silver dime. People aren't going to be weighing them really. And if they were, like, let's say you're doing like 1,000 silver dimes, $100 face, I guess, then that's a whole different situation. That's not barter. Even Yankee would admit that's not what he's using. If he was going to be bartering with his Roosevelt dimes and he was doing like $100 face, he would use something else. It would be some other type of silver, right? So yeah, no, I think a unit is a unit. It's so recognizable. I like the look, and it's just nothing beats it. And also between $50, quarter, and dime, the dime's the smallest, so it makes the most sense for barter. It's the most divisible. So I don't think anything can beat that.
So Harry also said that one of his favorite coins is the peace dollar.
Mm-hmm.
So him and I share that coin because I just actually found a really good deal on AU peace dollars for a tube for like $1,500. Pretty good price. What is it about the peace dollar that Harry liked? Do you know that story?
Probably design, I would imagine. And also it's just nice to, you know, hold silver dollar in your hand is a good weight, you know, and so probably a combination of things. Actually, I collected every single peace dollar. Now they're not in the best condition, but I do have all of the dates and mint marks. I'm holding the book right now, and I did complete it. I'm forgetting which one was the most expensive. Was it the 17 or 18? You probably know.
The peace dollar? It was either
Yeah.
the 21 or the 28.
Oh, okay, 28. I was thinking 18, but yeah, 28. So I've got the whole set here myself. It's kind of cool, but they're not in the best condition. They're just to fill the album. But yeah, 1928. Mine is pretty slick. Oh, I think we have the same book.
We do have the same book, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm holding the peace dollar book in front of us.
The Whitman Classic, right, where you can see both sides. Yeah,
A beautiful thing. And I just ordered 20 for the AU coins, because I'm a firm believer that if you're a young collector, buy AU. You get a really good solid coin, really good strike, nice clear field for a decent price. And so I'm trying to make them all AU in this book.
Nice. Yeah, I would need to upgrade probably almost all of mine if I was going for that. But yeah, no, I think Harry likes the fact that it's a good amount of silver you hold in your hand. You know, it's a silver dollar. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. You know, you see them in like the old cowboy movies and stuff, you know, slapping it on the table for you get a room for a night, you get a bottle of rum or whiskey, I guess, if it's a cowboy movie, and you know, you get all that for $1. So they're kind of cool. There's something about them.
They're all amazing coins. I just love the fact that you guys also talk numismatics. It's a really cool piece because you really do have something for everybody.
You know, let me test your knowledge a little bit here. This is kind of a hybrid thing. But do you know who designed the eagles that they did at the Perth Mint? He also designed an American coin that you're probably very familiar with. It was the wedge-tailed eagle, who was the designer for that one. Do you know it, Frostbyte? He also designed a very famous one here in America.
That wouldn't be St. Gaudens, would it?
No.
John Mercanti.
Bingo.
Oh,
okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. That was a total guess.
Oh, no, great guess. Okay, so the reason I bring that up is actually when I went to the Perth Mint, they had the original hand-carved piece of stone, I guess it is. It's like plaster. It's like a white stone type thing. They had the originals that he hand-carved for the coins for the Perth Mint, and I got to hold them and see them and everything. I don't think I was able to film it or put it in any videos, but it was like, oh my gosh, John Mercanti actually hand-carved this. It was so beautiful. But yeah, you know, doing the Silver Eagle, the Type 1, pretty well known. A little bit of trivia. Good job on that.
When you went to the Perth Mint, you spent a lot of time down there.
I did.
Got a few videos on there. You care to tell us a little bit more about your time with the Perth Mint? Because I get a feeling that there's more to the story than what you released on YouTube.
Oh, there's a lot more. Okay, so first off, traveling to Perth is a long trip. I think one of the longest flights in the world, or it probably used to be, I don't know if it is now, but from Los Angeles to Sydney, it's like 16 or 18 hours, depending on which way you're going. It's the flight that they were taking in the Lost TV show, you know, when they crashed. Okay, so if you do that, and if you get to Sydney, you still got another, I don't know, 6 hours or so to get all the way to the other side to get to Perth. So it's so far from anything. I actually went through Asia. I went the different way. But anyway, it was like 36-hour trip there and back each way. Absolutely brutal to travel. But while I was there, yeah, I got to tour the whole refinery, the whole mint, literally every aspect of coin minting. They make a lot of their own. They make every die there that for all their coins, and a lot of the parts, even for like the machines. Let's say they've got a minting press and, you know, something breaks on it. Those machines, a lot of them come from Germany, and it will take months to get a new part. And so they just manufacture it all there in house. So they have a whole machine shop, and it was incredibly cool to see all the different tools and how they do everything. And there was so many things that I was like, this would be fun to show, but that's proprietary. We can't show that. And even on the refining side, there was a couple of things where I was like, oh, this is such a cool machine. And they're like, yeah, we can't film that or show that. I was like, okay. So, you know, I got to see it in real life, but it was an insane experience. And I'm so happy that I was able to go, and I learned so much, especially the refining. I had no idea what a process it was to refine the gold and silver down. And if you haven't seen that video, is a pretty fun video. And I show about 90% of the process. So there's just a couple things I couldn't show, but really, really interesting stuff. I don't know if I would go again. It's just so far. Maybe if I brought my my whole family. We did like a whole vacation out of it, but really, really cool to see. I think they're probably top, I would say top maybe 3 or 4 mints in the whole world. And one thing that a lot of people don't know is that they even will make planchets for like the US Mint and stuff at times. So they do a lot of stuff for mints around the entire world. So they're very busy. They do a lot of stuff there, and the facility is just massive. Because multiple Costco's, you know.
Yeah, because even on a small scale, you know, I'm finding how hard it is to make things.
Yeah.
So I've gotten dies for these ones, and I'm still learning how to perfect them.
Yeah, those are really cool. I'm going to need one of those at some point.
I'm doing 1/10 ounce rounds right now.
Nice.
The same design, and doing similar ones for my wife. But doing the 1/10 ounce is a little easier because it takes less pressure. I'm working on trying to get a better press.
Are you pressing them yourself, or are you having someone else press them?
Well, the first few were done at the people that made me the dies.
Okay, I see.
So they did a really good job at making my dies, and my press only goes so far.
Is it the 50 ton or?
No, well, mine's only 10.
Oh, 10 ton. Okay.
I'm looking at higher tonnage. So
yeah, you might even go above the 50 maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm planning on. Just trying to find one that isn't quite so expensive.
Well,
hey, Tiger, that one that you just showed, put that aside for me.
Which one?
The one that you just showed.
The die or the round?
So pick that back up. My point was it's backwards, it's in reverse. So you just had a great opportunity to teach people that a die is backwards. It's the reverse on what's on a coin. It was just a really fun teaching moment.
Well, and one thing too that maybe I don't know how many people know this. There's also such thing as a master die, other dies.
Fact.
It looks like these are not the master die. These have been made possibly from a master die, or maybe the way they made these ones is they routed it directly into the.
They did it directly into the die.
So that would be called a working die.
Exactly. So if you were gonna make like, let's say 10 dies or 100 dies for some coin you're minting millions of, there would be a master die that they would use to make all the dies from. So
and there's a man who knows what he's talking about. Nice.
Well, yeah, I did get the full tour. It was a 3-day tour, you know.
That reminds me of a song.
3-hour tour, yeah.
Really great show. I got another question here for you. As you may recall, you were one of the first people who encouraged me to start the YouTube channel, which we talked about already. It's a lot of fun, but a lot of work and very challenging. You have started up your YouTube channel, but you've had YouTube channels before your current successful channel.
True.
Many of us in the community look to you as a role model YouTuber. What would you recommend to smaller channels who want to be successful, not only for themselves, but also to help members in the community, especially the newbies?
Great question. Yeah, I would say probably the thing that I did different with this channel compared to all my other ones that I've done in the past, and I don't really post much on anything except for the main Silver Dragons now. I even had a spin-off Silver Dragons channel for a little while, and I just kind of didn't have time to keep it going. But I would say the main thing I did different to make this one successful was I put an incredible amount of time into it, like far more time than any other channel or hobby or project I ever did. And in fact, working on the ambulance gave me a lot of time because, you know, as probably everyone knows, you're not running calls 24/7 when you're working on at either fire engine or an ambulance. There's some downtime, you know, you're posted waiting for a call. And so during all that time, I was just on YouTube, like, you know, multiple hours every day, sometimes 5, 6, 7, 8 hours on YouTube. And I was just interacting with everyone I possibly could. I tried to find every single silver channel that existed that was like a real person who was still posting, and I tried to get to know them, to comment on their videos, look at watch their videos, learn as much as I possibly could from everyone else. And to be honest, when I first started, there was maybe 50 like active silver channels, maybe less, maybe 30. There really wasn't that many, and so I kind of got to know everyone pretty quick. And there was a few others sort of spill over, you know, the metal detecting guys and the pouring guys and the numismatic guys guys. And, you know, there's some other kind of hybrid channels that were close, but I'm talking silver channels. There was not very many. So I would say my best advice is, if you're just starting out or you want to help grow the community and whatnot, is just interact with as many people as you can and just be genuine. You know, don't watch someone's video, like, you know, 1 minute of it and then drop a comment and try and do another video. Like, actually watch the video, try and learn, understand what they're talking about. Leave a thoughtful comment, you know, reply to other comments. Some people have questions that you know the answer to, you know, like, oh, why is a Libertad this or that? And so I would say just be a part of the community, interact with as many people as you can. And that's kind of how you grow your own channel too, because, you know, the thing is like, other people who are interested in silver, they're watching these other videos too, right? And they're going to the comment section and they see, you know, familiar channel names and they kind of know your name and they go, oh, wait, they're posting too. And so I just say, be genuine, you know, be nice. Don't troll anyone. Don't, you know, be rude or whatever. And just be involved. I think that's probably the best thing you can do. And you'd be surprised. I mean, you could really grow a channel quick if you're involved in the community, and rightfully so. And then obviously put out good content. Be thoughtful about the content. It is nice to kind of have your own spin on things. Like, I know you, Tiger, you've got your own way you do stuff, and it's very cool and unique. And I think that can be helpful too. You kind of have your own sort of like brand, I guess. You're not necessarily like the same as all the other channels. And so that can also be helpful. But yeah, I'd say the biggest thing is just be a good part of the community.
It is. Sometimes I've had some people give me a hard time about the stripes. I've actually had a members only meeting because some people think that the stripes have been a hindrance for me building the channel.
You got to earn your stripes.
Well, there's a little truth there. But then again, some people have said I need to start showing my face for me to build the channel. I'm a little concerned about showing the face
right
for security reasons.
I get that.
The whole purpose of the stripes was, you know, just to build the brand. And I don't have a problem against what I do. But now with, you know, having to have chemotherapy, and I'll show you guys, the chemotherapy that I've had on the cancer has really messed up my fingernails. Given me acne. And so in addition to the branding, I was concerned that people would make negative comments about how things come across on the screen. So there was additional reason why I was thinking about keeping them, but I'm still arguing to myself.
Well, you know, one option too, if you're looking for another option, is like, I just wear black gloves. And one of the reasons actually is my nails I bite my nails. I always have. And there was a few comments when I first started my channel. People were like, man, those nails are nasty. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I'm self-conscious too. I don't know. But I get some black gloves off Amazon, you know, like the disposable ones, and I just throw them on before a video. So that could be an option too. And maybe you could try it once and see how it goes and see if you like it. And if not, just go back to the stripes. I think both are fine. You know, when you're first starting, you've got ideas. Like, I wanted to be Silver Baggins and have sort of like the Lord of the Rings theme. And I kind of had to give that up just because I didn't want to get sued by Warner Brothers. And
well, actually, I think they did you a huge favor.
Yeah.
They gave you better curb appeal.
Yeah, dragons. That's the other thing too. Like, not everyone knows Baggins, but everyone knows what a dragon is, and it actually did really work out. So I'm not complaining.
So I got one more question for you.
Sure.
2 minutes, no more. The ASEs that just dropped from the U.S. Mint. Give me your opinion on the sellout in 12 minutes.
Oh man.
And there you have it, folks. Okay, thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, look, I am so burnt out on the U.S. Mint. They could have sold out in a second. I'd be like, great, whatever, not for me. I don't know. They might do fine on the secondary market. People are going to flip them. They're going to do what they want to do, and that's fine. And look, I used to buy like all of the cool stuff that the Mint would put out. If this was like 7 years ago, I would have bought it in a heartbeat. I would have bought all of the Batman and all Superman. I would have bought all that stuff. But I'm just so kind of over the U.S. Mint and the way they've done things, and it kind of turned into a money grab, right? The prices went up, and they did some auctions and stuff, and they did kind of like a lottery system with like the V75 and whatnot, or maybe it was the one after that, I forget. But I'm kind of over them.
There's a huge sentiment for that, and again, there's a lot of people. I actually bought one of each. I'm a collector, and the one was only 60,000 mintage, but the other one is a semi-quincentennial. We're celebrating the 250th anniversary. I just wanted to get your opinion on that, because
I do think they're cool.
There's a lot of people who are frustrated right now with the situation.
if I could sit down with the mint director and ask him a couple questions, I would certainly want to know what's going on with the security features on the Eagles.
There you
A
go.
lot of us were like, what is going on here? We were expecting something way cooler. So that would be my first question. And then, what happened to the quality over the years? They're still putting out some good stuff. Personally, I like that they're venturing into like the sort of the superhero stuff and, more stuff that would be appealing to the younger generation. I think that's really important. And that's something that they haven't really done before, at least not like this. So I'm happy that they're kind of going that way. And I know there's a lot of hardcore collectors that are like, just give me an eagle, and that's cool too. Like they should just do both.
Let me ask you a final question. What would you like everyone in the community, all of us, to know? What pearls of wisdom would you want to instill to everyone?
Wow, great question. I guess if I could say anything to the community, it would be you have to have your own strategy. It's really great. Watch a bunch of videos and get a bunch of information. And I think you should do that. I think you should try and learn as much as you can about silver and the markets and the different things available, whether it's stacking or collecting or, first gold and what are all the options. You should definitely learn as much as you can. But I would say definitely you need to come up with your own strategy, what's going to work for you, especially when it comes to like how much you buy, how often you buy. You cannot look at someone else's stack, someone who's been stacking for 10 years and they got 5,000 ounces and go, oh my gosh, I want that. I'm going to buy all of that tomorrow. Take out another loan on the house or whatever. There's no keeping up with the Joneses, right? When it comes to stacking.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to have your own strategy, your own pace, and really hammer down on what is best for you. What is your goal when it comes to strategy? Do I want to barter with it? Am I looking for exposure to the price, insurance? Am I going to need to sell it? Do I want to sell it in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? And what's going to be the easiest thing to sell? If you get a bunch of like really rare, cool, fun things, that's awesome, but it's going to be a lot more difficult to sell that than just a bunch of monster boxes of Eagles. And so you need to have an exit strategy. You need to figure out what your goals are, what's right for you, and especially what you can afford to stack, how often you want to buy, and definitely do not make these big knee-jerk purchases where you go, oh my gosh, the world's ending, I need to buy as much as I can tomorrow. Do not do that. It's not advisable. Slow and steady wins the race, dollar cost average, and take your time with it, but also have fun with it a little bit too, I guess, is maybe the last thing I'll say. It's okay to get an ice cream cone every now and again. I probably have way too many in my stack. But if you're not having fun with it, you'll get bored with it and you'll stop doing it. So you got to have a little bit of fun. So there you go.
But say no to FOMO.
Definitely say no to FOMO. 100%.
Hey, Dragons, I don't have any more questions for you. I'm going to hold mine for the next time you're on. Great nuggets of wisdom, both from the stacking and the coin collecting community side of things. Tiger, I'm going to give to you to wrap up. It's been a joy for me. Thank you very much.
SD, I really have enjoyed this interview. I really would love to have you come back as part of Stack Collector, part of my channel, or if you ever want to go on Frosty's channel independently.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll need to run it back. And I honestly think there's going to be some fireworks with silver and gold in the not too far off future. Maybe this week we could see some crazy action. Certainly throughout the rest of this month. There's so many things that could take place, Black Swan events and whatnot. I think we could see some insane price movement. So we will absolutely have to do a follow-up, and I look forward to it. Yep. And thank you for hosting. And next time I'll have to try and get my camera set up so I can show off some of my poured silver collection. Got a lot of pieces to show off. But yeah, no, thank you for hosting, and I had a great time. Have a great night, everyone.
Night, everyone. Night, Frosty.
Good night. Thanks again.